Okay. All right. So in our previous class, we talked about your trading psychology and how you can deal with your emotions when trading the markets, because it's very, very important to know about those things. You know, trading is not all about get a strategy and start trading to win. Trading is also about your emotions, how you react when you are in the markets, when you're in profit or when you're in loss. You know, all those things matters a lot. So we talked about it day before yesterday, and I believe quite a lot of you got a lot of insight from it. So today we'll be talking about the MFF, how you can actually pass the MFF challenge, because it's very important you understand the logic behind the MFF and how you can actually pass their challenges, okay? So before we proceed into that for today, I want to believe everybody is seeing my screen. All right. If you can see my screen, just use your charts and comment yes, so I will be sure that everybody can see my screen clearly. Okay. So I just want to give us a little overview on yesterday's trade. Okay, very well. Yesterday we had a news that was released, and I believe some of you didn't notice. Some of you didn't notice that there was actually a news. You know, I told you earlier that if you are trading currency pair, is quite different from trading the synthetic indices, because if you're trading the synthetic indices, you can buy, you can sell anything, anytime, any day, Monday to Sunday, all right? But if you're trading Forex currency pairs, there's certain things you must put in mind before you even jump into any trade for the day. You want to look at the news, the your fundamental analysis is very, very crucial, because you can, if you don't take note of it, you can likely be in a trade and only for you to see your analysis perfect. You took an entry, is going perfect, only for you to suddenly see a naughty spike going against all your strategy, your analysis and everything. You'd be like, what? If not the fact that you are already a trader, you already know how the system works. You might likely say, no, this is scam, you know? So it's always important that you check out your fundamental. Very important, very, very important. So as of yesterday, there was a news that was released against USD, and that's what we call the non-farm payroll, right? NFP. I believe a lot of you always hear when people say NFP, how to trade NFP. I want to trade NFP. That is an important news that a lot of people always wait for in the financial market every first Friday of a new month. All right, it's always released every first Friday of a new month. So a lot of people always wait for it because it's usually being released around 1:30 every first Friday of a new month. So I want to believe that all of you have set your Forex Factory time to your local time so that you can always get the perfect time for all this news. So as of that yesterday, if you guys notice, somebody posted an analysis on, I guess that was on GBP USD or so. And his analysis was quite good. He had some good chart pattern that proved that it was going to sell. Okay, and I actually commended him for the analysis. And I told him, look, I believe it's going to fall. Why? Because he actually released that analysis around 1:30. And that was when the fundamental news had already begun. So I told him, look, it's going to go down because the fundamental analysis has been released and USD is strong in it. So it actually sold well, but he didn't even know it was news. It was later during the evening when I commented about it, he realized that it was news. But I didn't actually trade the GBP USD. I actually traded USD CHF. So for the USD CHF, it was a buy signal, all right, because USD is the quote here. In his GBP USD was the base. That's why it sold. So you could see that when the news was released, it was about from the release. This was where it was released 1:30 onto when the news landed. It landed about 48 pips in a massive uh, bullish move. 48 pips. That was quite a lot. And I actually grabbed out from the market about, let me see how much I grabbed. I grabbed out about 36 pips from the market. The moment I noticed that reversal, I jumped out of the market without delay. So when you're trading the news, you always want to make sure that if you have grabbed quite a lot of pips, lock your profit or exit immediately, because when the news ends, the next candlestick might likely drop massively. And you can see clearly, I've taught you guys that during the time when we're teaching the news, I told you it will always want to drop massively, probably to where it started from. And that's how it dropped before it started playing around, before the market officially closed on Friday night. So you can always make sure you take note of the news, especially the non-farm payroll on the first Friday of every month. You can always want to wait for it so that you can use it, take advantage of how to trade the news. I've given you guys a strategy already. All right. So that's that for that. So today we'll be talking about My Forex Fund and actually how you can participate in it and how you can actually win the markets, win the challenge that they give you, okay? Because My Forex Fund is all about what? It's all about you managing an account for a company, all right? And the company is called MFF, My Forex Fund. What they do is to fund you with a good amount of money, and they expect you as a trader to do what? They expect you as a trader to grow the money. All right. That is what they expect you to do. You grow it and you take percentage at about 85%. They just increased it recently. You take 85% of whatever you add to the money. All right. So let us just have a little glance through how the things you need to know about my Forex Fund. First of all, once you get into their website, all right, I'll give you guys the link in which you can use to get into their website. So once you get to their website, you want to click on evaluation. Don't stress yourself going on rapid or accelerated. Okay, just leave those ones. Go for evaluation because that's the one you can actually handle currently. So when you go to evaluation, you want to click on start now. Now under evaluation, you're going to make sure you read all the things that you've got here. But I just want to show you the simple things that you need to follow. Now you have 6 rules that you must not break. All right, 6 rules that you must not break in order for you to pass My Forex Fund. Number 1 rule, they say you have a 5% daily drawdown. So whatever account you buy, you want to make sure that you don't lose more than 5% of that account per day. Okay, if you buy the $20 account, $20,000 account, or you buy the $10,000 account, or even the $50,000 account, you want to make sure you don't have a drawdown of 5% per day. All right. Now, for me, whenever I'm using my Forex Fund to trade, I don't even go close to losing 5% of my daily drawdown. Why? Because the account is always being monitored on equity, not on close trades. What do I mean? I mean, if you are currently on a running trade, a running trade is going to be reflecting on your equity until you close it, and then it reflects on your balance. So if you are running a 5%, if you have a 5% drawdown, that means if you have a $10,000 account, you don't want to risk more than $500 per day. That's what they mean. But if you are on a running trade and your equity is already reflecting $500 loss, they're going to close you down automatically and you've lost that challenge. So the best way I do it is I don't even risk up to 5%. I stop at least 400 or 450 latest. All right. Once you have a 450 drawdown, close the entire market. Don't say, oh, I believe it to go, or I believe it to go back. Because once you have $500 running equity, they're going to close you down straight. So don't go close to the $500 to prevent issues. Okay. That's because that's one big mistake a lot of people do. They will see they are on a loss of $480 and they still leave it, believing it to go their way. By the time $20 is added to the loss, they get a mail instantly from MFF that you've lost the trade. All right. So don't risk up to 4%, up to 5%, rather risk 4% per day. That is what? $400 per day. All right. Don't get close to 500. So after that, the rule 2, you have a 12% overall drawdown, in the sense that you have 12% to lose totally before you lose the challenge. All right, you have 12%, and that is $1,200 for a $10,000 account. So you don't want to lose up to that amount, else you lose the entire challenge. Overall drawdown, in the sense that if you've lost yesterday, let's say maybe you lost $400 yesterday, today you lost another 400, making $800. You don't need somebody to tell you how much more is remaining for you to lose before you're going to lose the entire challenge. All right, so you have a 12% overall drawdown. Now, stage 3, rule 3, you have 8% profit target for phase 1. For you to be able to pass their phase 1 challenge, all they want you to do is to add 8% to the account given to you, or to the account you buy. So if you buy a $10,000 account, they expect you to just add $800 to that account, and you pass the phase 1. And once you pass phase 1, you jump into phase 2. Now in phase 2, all they want you to do now this time is just add $500 to that account, and you'll be able to get funded with real money. How interesting it is for you to be able to struggle and pass the phase 1 of 800, and then phase 2, which is actually meant to be higher, they decreased it for you to $500, just $500. That's because for you to pass phase 1, they are gradually believing in you that you know what you're doing. That is why they give you the next account, say, okay, just top 500 to it, and we believe in you. And the moment you're able to do that, they trust you, and they entrust you with the real account that you have purchased for. All right, then you also have a 5 trading day minimum, meaning you can only trade from Monday to Friday, which is normal for Forex traders. All right, so that means any pair that works on Saturday, such as like BTC, USD, you can trade it on Saturday and Sunday because it's not going to reflect on MFF. All right, so number 6 rule is what? No trading restriction. They ain't restricting you on your lot size, and restricting you on your strategy or anyhow you want to trade. All right, all they want to do, all they want from you is make sure you obey these simple rules, and that's all. All right, so that's for my Forex fund. Now the next thing you actually want to check out is how much are these accounts. Okay, how much are these accounts worth? So for you to be able to get my Forex fund, let's go back to okay. So for you to be able to end from phase 1, I guess they've just added something new. Let me see. Funded. Okay, get 2% of your trading profit by passing phase 1 and 4. Okay, no, is what has always been. All right, now that's one thing I also didn't talk about. While you're on your evaluation, while you are on the challenge, if you're able to pass the phase 1, you're actually going to get a 2% of your trading profits. That is how much ever you invested. That is, for instance, you bought a $10,000 account. Okay, they're actually going to give you 2% of how much you are able to make into that phase one, which is $800, right? They're going to give you 2% of it. That means that while you're actually passing your challenge, you're actually not wasting your time. You're actually making money while you're passing your challenge. All right. And, you know, if you guys remember, I told you once that this My Forex Fund, it was recently that I noticed that the demo the demo they give you guys as for the challenge one and challenge two is not actually a demo. If you guys remember, I told you something like that. Yeah, it's actually not a demo. It's actually a real account, and that's why they're always strict on it. You don't want to lose more than what they expect you to lose. So that's for you to know that while you're on the challenge, you're actually making money. So imagine 2% of a $800 account. That's quite some money to you. All right. And then you pass phase one, and 4% of your trading profit by passing phase two. So you add $500 to the account on phase two. They're going to give you 4% of $500. And that's quite some good money for you. All right. So then more than a refund, we pay a 112% refund when you reach your first profit split by settle. So if you guys remember, you're going to have an 85% profit, all right? And an 85% during the split. That is when you have gotten funded and you increase the funded account to any good amount that you were able to increase it to within 30 days. Okay. Now they're going to give you 85%. Okay. So when they give you 85%, together with all the profits you must have made here and some other little profits, at the end of the day, you're going to be going with 112% funded. So you can imagine how awesome My Forex Fund is. I actually prefer My Forex Fund to FTMO because My Forex Fund is really doing quite well. They're really doing good well, and they are really trustworthy. Ever since I've been using them, it's been cool. All right. So for the evaluation, if you want to make a purchase of their accounts, let's see how much it costs. Okay. Let's see how much they cost. Now, if you want, wow, they've actually, this is awesome. I just noticed this recently. They've actually added a $5,000 account and reduced it to $49. Wow, that's cool. That's really, really cool. Wow, that's cool. So let's see how it goes. Now, if you purchase a $5,000 account, you're gonna buy it with $49, not even up to $50. That's one interesting thing it is. Okay, so with $49, you'll be able to purchase a $5,000 My Forex Fund account. Now your daily drawdown is 250, meaning that you don't want to lose more than $250 in a day. Okay, so for the overall drawdown, you don't want to lose more than $600. So if you think that, man, the $250 of a stop loss is quite too small for you, then you can go for a higher one of $10,000 where you have $500 drawdown per day and you have $1,200 per fully drawdown. Okay, total drawdown. But if you feel maybe $500 is still little for you, then you can go for a $20,000 where you have at least $1,000 drawdown per day. So in that way, you can always trade even more comfortably with better stop loss and good lot size, you know. So it all depends on you. It all depends on you, but all of them are still on the same rule, which is to pass phase one, add 80% to it. Okay, to pass phase two, add 5% to it. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is, guys. So let us actually see for a $5,000 account. All right, for a $5,000 account, let's see how much is 8% worth to it. For a $5,000 account, let's say $5,000 times 8%. So for a $5,000 account, they expect you to just add $400 to it. And once you had $400 to it on the phase one, you have passed phase one. And then on the phase two, they expect you to just add 5% to it. And that 5% is equivalent to just $250. So it's kind of like cool and interesting, you know. And that's what someone can add in a day. So the beauty about this thing is that you can actually get funded within a week, or just let's say 2 weeks, okay, 2 weeks. Because if you pass phase one, you need to make sure you wait for at least five trading days, okay, for you to be able to apply for phase two. All right. So if you were able to cross the phase one with it today, you can just wait for a few days and apply for phase two. And once you're able to cross phase two, you can always apply for the real funded account to begin your true journey. All right. So wait, they've just also added something else. Like, let me see what this one is. Phase one evaluation, $300,000 trading accounts. Daily drawdown $15,000, overall $36,000. So they've just added this one because I know it stopped at $200. You know, it's been quite a while since I visited my forex fund. All right, you know, we only visit my forex fund when we know that maybe we've spent quite a lot of money from our root trading account and we need more money, so we can just go for my forex fund to get funded. That's what I do mainly. I don't always focus so much on it. All right, so now how do you actually win this challenge? That's one of the biggest things that we need to learn and we need to understand. All right, how do you actually win this challenge? Now, I have simple rules that I usually follow whenever I'm on this kind of a challenge, and that's what I want to share with you guys here right now. Number one is the risk management. Very, very important. You don't want to trade the market until you have a good risk management behavior. If you don't have a good character in your risk management, you're going to fail this challenge, because a lot of people have risk management plan, but they don't follow it. Then that is what I mean. Your character, you need to make sure you have that ability to follow your risk management plan. Some people, their risk management states that only use 0.1 lot size, only open 2 positions, and at the end of the day, they open 5 positions with 2 standard lot size because they think that their setup is going to be perfect, and you see yourself blow that account. So you have to follow your risk management strictly. All right. So number one thing before you even apply for the challenge, though, if you apply for the challenge right now, your challenge is only going to start counting after you have taken the first trade. The moment you place the first trade, your challenge begins, and you have 30 days to run your race. All right, and that's the beauty about my forex fund. You have 30 days, unlike some, they're gonna give you just 15 days or so. All right, so risk management is very, very, very important, very crucial. All right, so for you to run your risk management, you want to first of all ask yourself, what am I going to be how many lot size, what lot size am I going to be using? How many trades am I going to be opening? What am I to be targeting? How many pips should I be targeting? If I'm risking 20 pips, I should be targeting about 30 to 40 pips. Then you calculate your lot size and see how much is 30 pips going to give you. If you can smash 30 pips profit with your lot size, how much is that going to give you? And then when you calculate it together with how many trades, so let's say for instance, if you're targeting a 30 pips to 40 pips, all right, then you see that 30 pips, according to the lot size you're using, if 30 pips can give you $50, then you're opening 2 positions. That should be what? $100. If you can smash 30 pips and grab $100 out of the market, you're already in progress. All right, and then you're risking 20 pips per trade. You don't want to lose more than 20 pips. So that simply means that if 30 pips is going to give you $50, probably let's say 40 pips is going to give you $60. All right, then that simply means that your 20 pips stop loss, you're risking $30. That's what it simply means. All right, I'm just giving you an insight how to check balance your risk management plan before you embark on the journey. So it means that each trade, if you lose each trade, you're losing $30, and you'll have a daily drawdown of $400. All right, I said $400 because that's what I always go for. I don't go for $500 to prevent issues that touches the heart. You get it? So if I have a daily drawdown of $400 and I'm risking 2 positions, $30 each, that means I'm risking $60 trade. Okay, so it means if I'm risking $600 per trade, sorry, I mean $60 per trade, that simply means that I have about 6 positions to open for the day before I can blow a $400 stop loss. All right, so within that 6 positions, you should know how to take your trades well. All right, now the next thing is your discipline. You have to be disciplined. You have the risk management. Now be disciplined to follow your risk management. Very, very, very crucial. Very crucial. All right, then the next thing is your trading plan. Your trading plan should always be there by your side. Your checklist, all the things you're checking out before you take your entry. All right, the things that have to align before you take your entry, your confluences. Always make sure you're taking trades from the right zones, from the key levels. Don't trade randomly. Don't jump into a moving train. All these are part of your discipline, aligning together with your trading plan. All right, so take perfect trades, take good trades, because all these things are going to be reading on your MFF dashboard. All right, any trade you take is going to be reading on your MFF dashboard. The trade you took on so day, on so time, if it was profit or if it was loss, all those things are going to be reading. And while it's reading on your dashboard, you want to make sure that your dashboard is on a clean note, because they're observing your dashboard to know if this guy is truly a real trader, or is he just someone who just want to try out MFF. All right, so you want to make sure that you're giving good notes on your good reviews and notes on your dashboard. Okay, so you want to trade rightly, perfectly. And then the next thing you want to make sure is that you have a strategy. So make sure you have a working strategy. That is to say, I've told you guys, you want to make sure you go using your demo to practice, and practice, build your strategy. All right. When you see that strategy that you are confident with, when you see all your confluences and see the ones that align more, you want to use them more. If you see the pair that works more with such strategy, you want always focus more on that pair. All right, so those are the things you want to always consider. Another thing is consistency. Just be consistent in trading. Don't be the type who is going to trade today and then the next day or in the next 1 week you're out of the market. No, you always want to make sure you're consistent in the markets, trying to make sure you're growing yourself and your strategy and your trading skill. Very, very, very important. Okay, if you can have these things in place, these 5 things in place, you can confidently go for the MFF challenge, and making sure that you're risking nothing, making sure that you're risking quite reasonably. Don't risk up to that $500 they give you, okay? So that you don't blow your account, because it reads on equity, not on closed trades, like I've told you guys earlier. So my Forex Fund is actually an interesting thing that you can always go for if you're looking forward to starting your journey. You don't need to work your 9-to-5 job for 2 years in order to raise money to start trading. All you need to do is what? Embark on My Forex Fund. They are ready to fund you real money. And you can see how interesting it is that even while you're on your first challenge, you're actually making money. That's quite interesting, you know. While you're on your first challenge, you're actually making money. On your second challenge, you're still making money. So don't take it like, oh, this challenge is demo account. No, take it as a real account. All right, take it as a real account. Be serious on it so that you can see yourself win this thing, because it's real money. That's what a lot of people have been. That's what a lot of people have been using to start their trading journey. So right now they've actually reduced it to even $5,000. So if you think you don't have up to $84 to purchase a $10,000 account, with $49 you can grab a $5,000 account. So you can always go for retraders. And this is quite interesting, because all I just need to do now is just add $400 to it instead of $800. Add $400 to it, and I've actually made profit, and I've actually passed phase 1. If I add $250 on phase 2, I've actually passed phase 2, and that's quite interesting. So once you go for it, you want to if you're using MT5, if you're already used to MT5, then you can apply for MT5. Or if you're already using MT4, you can go for MT4, depending on what you're using currently. So whichever one, you just apply for it and embark on the journey, guys. So let me know if you have any question before we close for tonight. Talk to me, traders. Do you have any question concerning my Forex fund? Any question?
No, not really, Mr. Tim.
So I want to believe you understand the concepts, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to embark on the journey, which of the accounts would you want to go for first? Which one would you try out first?
Well, I will try the lesser package, which is the 49 US dollars, $5,000 account.
All right, so whichever one, just use the simple rules. My battery is already low. My battery
Okay,
is
I can
low.
see
My
that.
battery is low.
I can see that.